The Plymouth Gristmill's mill recently had a tune-up from highly respected millwright Jim Kricker. Mr. Kricker was working on what's called the birdcage gear, which changes the direction and speed of the energy created. PCN was invited to stop in for this hands-on job to learn more.
We're really excited to have Jim here working with us. Jim is a really well-respected millwright. And there aren't, as you can guess, there aren't too many of those around anymore. So we're really happy to have him come and help us kind of tune everything up so that we can run this really wonderful machine again and show people and explain to people these kind of ancient technologies. It's just such a pleasure to watch someone who is helping us kind of maintain these old ways of doing things, these old skills, which, you know, I think today we think of technology as being computers and digital things, but this is technology that we still use and that we still learn from. So it's great to see somebody practice that. And we're really, really looking forward to having our mill run like clockwork so that we can show people how you turn corn into cornmeal and samp, which is our northern version of grits.
What I'm doing here today is doing what would be mainly routine maintenance in a mill like this. We made some new rounds, they're called, for one of the gears. They essentially work as the teeth. Set that gear back into position. Now I'm aligning the shaft that gear sits on with the stones, the bottom stone. And then after that, I'll be aligning the two gears in this gear train together so that they work as a pair and as quietly and smoothly as possible. What we did is rebuilt the lantern pinion gear, also called the stone nut in this mill. And that's a relatively primitive type of gear, but very effective for this application. All the teeth or rounds in this mill are made out of wood, relatively hard wood, but they do wear. I think this mill is maybe 45 years old or so quite a bit of wear on the rounds. So we replaced all those rounds with new hard maple, put the gear back together again, and have reinstalled it now. The other projects we'll be doing here will be to align the gears with each other so that they are in the proper relationship to each other, so they work quietly and smoothly and transmit power as they should. In the course of doing that, we'll be doing some re-wedging and repositioning the large face gear that engages with the lantern pinion gear. We'll also be doing a little work on the stones, setting up the spindle, leveling the bed stone, just basically a tune-up for the mill. These mills have been around for centuries and centuries in one form or another, and are very effective. Maybe not as efficient in some ways as modern machinery, but in other ways a lot nicer on the environment.
You know, our different Plimoth Plantations, different sites tell different aspects of the history of Plymouth and slightly different time periods. So we're really excited to be able to share, kind of to integrate technology and a little math and a little physics with history.